No Luka, though, as you see them disappearing there on that graphic. Nuggets have won 13 of the last 15 games versus the Lakers. Luka Doncic and LeBron, as I mentioned. Lakers up by 8. Next Lakers possession, Reeves again nails the three. He'd have 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists in the first quarter. Only 3 Lakers have done that in any quarter. Reeves joins only LeBron and Kobe. Early fourth quarter, Dalton Knecht gets the steal. Out in transition, Knecht with the Euro step, gets the basket, lays it in. Lakers trail by spot. Clutch 3, Nuggets now on the other end. He says to Dalton Knecht, you don't want to jump. Make a business decision. Knecht gets open in the corner, responds with the 3. Lakers only down by road. Nuggets win it 131 to 126. And here's where things stand in terms of the playoff picture out west. OKC, a big lead as a top seed in the conference, but the 3rd and 4th seed could be jockeying as the Rockets and Grizzlies are just separated by a tiebreaker. Golden State currently hanging on to the final spot in the west as the Timberwolves lurking right behind them. David's still here with us, and LA has dropped 4 straight games now in the 5 seed, along with a laundry list of injuries right now. David, why are you still optimistic about this Lakers team?
Okay, this might be a tough sell. I know Lakers
a little bit.
Freaking out a little bit. The 4 in a row. Last night was a brutal loss, giving up 8 straight points down the stretch. But here's a little bit of positivity.
Okay.
The Lakers there are worse places to be than the 5th seed in the West right now. If I'm the Lakers and I'm looking at the way things are laying out, I'd say I could probably beat Memphis or I could beat Houston. So, I'm locked into at least that 5, and that's not a bad matchup. And then last night, you saw Austin Reeves really take over. 37 points. They locked in defensively on Jokic. He had a big steal at the end. If I'm looking at the way Austin Reeves played, and I say when Luka comes back and LeBron comes back, I have a legitimate 3-headed monster on offense. We just have to get to that playoff with those guys healthy, and the sky's the limit for this Lakers team.
I wasn't believing at first about being
optimistic
sale, right? about the Lakers, but I think I might be buying it without no Luka, without LeBron, and seeing what Austin Reeves did last night against them on the court. I mean, maybe there is a positive outlook for this Lakers team. David, thanks so much.
House of Denver. It's their second game of a brutal 6-game in 8 days stretch. They got no Luka on Friday as they build him back up to 100%. Why are you still confident that this group will be ready to make a run when the postseason begins?
Because, one, J.J. Redick is a hell of a coach. He's done an outstanding job this season. Number 2, we just watched them compete with the Denver Nuggets at a high level without 6 of their rotation guys in the lineup, and including their 2 superstars in LeBron James and Luka. We just saw Austin Reeves and Dalton Knecht both go for 30 pieces. And I just think when they're healthy, they're the second best team in the Western Conference. I think outside of the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Lakers could beat any other team in the 7-game series because of the elevation of their role players that has been unlocked by J.J. Redick.
Yeah, and especially offensively as his team gels more, man, they're going to be dangerous in the playoffs. The Suns are next for L.A. on Sunday. Hey, Perk, always a pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you.
LeBron James is expected to miss at least 1 to 2 weeks with this strained groin, and typically with these soft tissue injuries, it leads to weeks long of absences, and it could be a potentially extended period of time here for LeBron James when he has evaluation here over the next 24 hours. But unlike in 2018, when LeBron James had that groin tear, I'm told he did not hear a pop last night in Boston. And unlike the last 2 years when the Lakers were competing for a play-in tournament slot, this time around, they are in the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. They do have a level of cushion, an ability here to have caution with LeBron James to be right for the stretch run and the playoffs. And as of right now, we do have to keep in mind, he needs to play 7 more games as well to be eligible for an All-NBA team.
Very important to keep in mind. I'm sure LeBron James knows that as well. Shams, thank you. This stretch is unforgiving for the Lakers, though. They're the only team to play 6 games in an 8-day span this season. That stretch starts on Thursday, so how do they stay afloat without him here? Bless you. How do they stay afloat without him, Bob?
Well, you can't. I mean, you can stay afloat, but the team is much diminished. I mean, he props that team up because, 1, he's one of the best ever to play, and 2, as far as value to his team, he's up there with everybody in the NBA. Now, it'll be a chance for Luka to show what he can do to shoulder the load, but LeBron is the key to the whole thing. Not just his game, Malika, but his leadership. When you're stepping on the floor with a guy like that, and Perk, you play with him, you just feel like you're going to win the game. You just feel like you've got that guy. And I hope, look, the NBA is a much better place when he's playing. So my hope is he gets back as quick as he can. And this Lakers story has been a great story. The thing you got to focus on, though, is him and Luka still need some time to develop that chemistry, and they're going to lose that while he's out. Just more of that time is needed.
Go ahead, Jermaine. I mean, wow. We get a chance to talk about the Lakers and the face of the league right in this injury report. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. I love it. Glad we didn't get bullied. That's number one. Number two, here's the thing. When LeBron James went out, when AD took over, I'm expecting the same thing from Luka Doncic. Remember the season LeBron James went out, Anthony Davis elevated his level of play with Darvin Ham. They got into the play-in tournament, went on to go to the Western Conference Finals. You got Luka Doncic here now, right? You got a guy that's a legit superstar, 5-time All-NBA. This is his moment to put this team on his shoulders. And I know they're missing a few other pieces, but I'm also looking at a guy in Austin Reeves, who I've been praising. You know, we was having this conversation about what do we call Austin Reeves? He's not a role player, but he's not an all-star. He's an in-between guy, averaging 19.6 assists and 4 rebounds this season.
Well, I agree with you from the standpoint of Luka is going to be an opportunity for him to take the bull by the horn in the Lakers uniform and really do his thing and get his legs under him and really get prepared to assert himself. That's number one. The other supplementary parts around him, that's a given. The thing about LeBron's injury, I'm not concerned about it. Here's the reason why. Number one, it affects his leadership not one bit because you know that brother in street clothes could lead this team because he has that kind of impact on the players inside that locker room and while he's sitting on the bench with them. On the other side of it all, yes, the groin is the groin and we get all of that, but in the same breath, your leg's gonna be a bit fresh once you get back. You understand? And that's a week to 2 weeks off that LeBron James gets to get himself straight in terms of rest. We know he's always in peak condition, of course, but I'm talking about the rest, the lack of wear and tear. I think this is going to end up helping the Los Angeles Lakers come playoff time.
Listen, the Lakers' size is already a concern for them. Rui Hachimura has missed the last 5 games for them as well. He doesn't replace what LeBron James does, but the quicker that he can come back, that's going to be helpful for this team as well. By the way, you're calling for more from Luka Doncic. He's averaged 31 points over his last 5 games, so he's going to need a little bit more.
Mình gấp vào nha mọi người. Tiếp theo là mình cũng gấp vào nha. Tiếp theo là mình sẽ làm thêm một cái nữa nha.